At the Forestry Division, we are striving to mitigate against coastal degradation. Trees contribute to soil stability, clean air, and pure water.
Building a climate-resilient country requires the contribution of every Dominican. Give back to nature. Plant a tree for your future.
That will be $78.50.
What? All that money for two little things?
And an additional 50 cents if you want a plastic bag.
Awa, all you get enough of my money already. I worked with my reusable bag. It's stronger and all I need is one. Or you shouldn't even be giving plastic bags. Or you're not hearing all the announcements from Ministry of Environment then. For the little bit of time we use a plastic bag, it takes thousands of years to decompose. That's not good for the environment. And another thing...
Wait, Papa. Next, please.
My lady, she writes in, plastic clogs drains and cause flooding. Animals on land and water can also be killed by plastic pollution.
Opt out of using plastic bags when possible or use reusable shopping bags for carrying groceries and other items. Remember, our environment, our responsibility.
Dominic, c'est un pays qui belle, qui naturel. Dominic, c'est pays nous. Mais qui ça ou ka fait pour aider Dominic? Nous ne pour protéger forêt nous, l'eau nous, environ nous et même santé nous. Quand ça change, là où qu'elle fait commission, mener un sac, empêcher pollution plastique. Plus plastique, ça fait environ nous l'aide, boucher dalle nous, et ça tue bête nous et poisson qui englobe nous. Changer aussi, qui nous n'est pour chaîne là tout nous net. Pas ni jeter zodis n'importe côté, pas garder pour excuse, pas faire compte doum doum, servi en boîte zodis. Écoutez bien, ou ça même un des beltes Dominique, ou ça planter fleurs pour chimère communauté, planter pe bois qui ça un des mènes forêt à vivre, et pour protéger nous, et puis fruits pour manger.
Gouvernement Dominique a présenté Ti Village Créole dans l'année 2025. Tout bitin Dominique. Tant la rive Ezopawe. Vini à Jardin Botanique, li 20 pour le 23 octobre. Od midi pour 8 soir. Jardin Botanique est vivant. Et puis bon son, plein couleur. Et puis bon goût qu'il te nous. Vini manger bon manger créole. Et puis découvrir toute qualité produits locaux. Vini Tan, musicien Dominique, ba nous bon vibe, bon son musique même. Nane sala miel ke vini mette siwo en ville oiseau. C'est Tibet là qui est brisé pour Ti Village Créole. Ti Village, c'est pas seulement fête, c'est une célébration qu'il te nous. En place la famille et puis amis qui joignent ensemble et puis musique, manger avec tradition Dominique. Ou pas vle manger, Ti Village Créole pour nane sala. Octobre 20 pour le 23, midi pour 8 soir. Jardin Botanique a chaud même. Moi qui ouais, un Ti Village Créole, tout bitin, Dominique.
The government of Dominica presents Ti Village Creole, tout bitin Dominique. The wait is finally over. October 20th to 23rd, 12 noon to 8 p.m. daily. The Botanic Gardens will come alive with the sight, sound, and flavors of our culture. Enjoy delicious Creole foods and discover unique products from our local agro-processors. Feel the rhythm as Dominican entertainers bring the vibe. This year, the bees will be buzzing as we will celebrate honey in the town at Ti Village Creole. It's not just an event, it's a celebration of who we are, a place where family and friends come together, where culture, music, and flavor meet. So don't miss it, October 20th to 23rd, 12 noon to 8 p.m. at the Botanic Gardens. It's Ti Village Creole, tout bitin Dominique.
Good morning to listeners of DBS Radio and welcome to another episode of the program brought to you by the Ministry of Environment, Rural Modernization, Kalinago Upliftment and Constituency Empowerment. Our responsibility. I'm the host. My name is Liam Sebastian. I'm the project officer in the ministry. I'd like to say good morning to the Honorable Minister, Honorable Kozia Frederick, the Parliamentary Secretary, Honorable Darren Lloyd, the Permanent Secretary, Miss Lisa Valmore, to all heads of department, members of staff, particularly those at the office, or regular listeners, Mrs. Corbett, my mother, obviously, and Ti Village Committee, and listeners of DBS Radio. This morning, as we would have said last week, we will be speaking on the TV Village Creole Tout Bite Dominic, which will be happening next week. We have three guests in studio. We expect the events manager, Mr. Karim Gis, to join us as we go along. So I'd like, anybody wishing to join in this morning can do so on 1-800-327-448-3284 or on the overseas line 305-432-9744. These numbers again, 1-800-327-448-3284 on the overseas line 305-432-9744. So let me just say welcome to my guests and just give them the opportunity to introduce themselves as we begin this week's program. So ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Liam. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Lester, and I represent the Forestry Division.
Hi, morning. I'm Vanilla Ole. No stranger to the airwaves, so I'm very happy to be here on this program, talking TV Lash, talking honey in the town.
All right, so welcome to the program again. Just let me say thank you for joining me on this program as we speak everything TV Village Creole. Vanilla, I will start with you. As you said, no stranger to the airwaves. I think you may be on the other side of the booth this time. Just basically, TV Village Creole 2025, Tout Bite Dominic. Just give us a feel of what is happening and how things are going thus far.
Okay, so if anybody took a little stroll through the gardens, they would have realized that we are well on the way in terms of our setup. The stage is up. Our tents are in the process of being erected. We've put out our list of some of our artists that will be on stage. We have our vendors who have already registered. We are well on the way. We are well on the way for the hosting of TV Lash 2025. And just to touch on the event itself, there's quite a bit in store for persons. So we have our agro-processors, we have our vendors, our food vendors, which I keep saying that I cannot wait for the culinary experience. So we have that. We have these people that are registered already. They are ready to present that experience to us. We have our beekeepers who are ready as well with our honey in the town, which will be hosted at TV Village, which is our signature event at TV Village. We have our Kids World, which will be a space for our children, because everybody, TV Village, Tout Bite Dominic has something for everybody. So we have that. We have our nostalgic corner, which is through the Ministry of Culture. We have our Kalnago experience, and I can keep going on and on and on, because TV Village is something that has something for everybody. But we are well on the way with our construction of the event. Construction of the venue. We are well on the way, so we are right on schedule for our official start on Monday up until Thursday next week. That's the 20th up until the 23rd of October.
In terms of the start, is there an opening ceremony, or would just be what's happening on Monday? I'm sure when Karim comes on, we'll have some more details. But
he will give a lot more
details. You're part of the committee, so I can put you on the spot a little bit.
That's quite all right.
In terms of Monday, what is happening on Monday?
So on Monday, we start at 11, where we will have an opening ceremony just to get things going. And then we move on to a ribbon cutting and an official walkthrough of the event. So we'll be inspecting or visiting the vendors, the Kids World, the Honey in the Town, and then we open to the public from 12. So from 12 up until 8 p.m. And I will repeat, 12 up until 8 p.m. every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We will be in the Botanic Gardens up until 8 p.m. That's quite a bit of activities and entertainment that will be happening at TV Village Creole.
Is there a particular reason why you're stressing 8 p.m.?
Yes, it's very important to note that. In the past, we ended at 7, so we want to stress on the fact that last year we ended at 8 on one day. We have decided to continue. We've decided to extend the hours of TV Village Creole, because TV Village Creole is a signature event. It is very important, and we just want to let people know that we are growing. Because anything that you're in, any organization, any event, the intent is to grow and to develop that product, and that's what we're doing. So we have extended the hours up until 8 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week during TV Village Creole.
All right, I'm happy for that, and I'm sure other persons are happy for the extension in hours. I want to ask I want to bring Lester in a little bit because you made mention about the venue and the preparation. So obviously Lester represents the forestry division. How have preparations been going in terms of getting the venue ready, Lester, for Tea Village Creole?
Okay, so in relation to that aspect, currently we are about, I would say, a bit over 90% complete in relation to the preparation for the gardens itself. We have all of our talented staff out. We are making sure that everywhere is manicured properly. So there's a lot of brush cutting being done. There's a lot of hedge cutting being done. We are making sure that the lawn will be in an immaculate appearance, so that everybody will just be amazed as to how amazing the gardens, looks for that particular event. We are also in the process of getting the lawn treated, because we do know, it's in nature, and there are quite a bit of ants and some bugs and stuff in the vicinity of the garden. So we are actually in the process of getting the area treated, so everybody will have a much better experience. So you're sitting, you're eating something, and you wouldn't feel some black ants or some red ants biting you up while you are enjoying the ambience of the gardens and all the performances and everything else that makes up Tea Village. So if you were to pass through the gardens right now, you will see that there's a lot of work being done right now. All of our staff is in high gear, and without a shadow of a doubt, the forestry division will make sure that the gardens is in a perfect condition. So when the ceremony starts next week on Monday, you will see the hard work that we have been doing, because we have been at this for a little more than a week. So everything right now is just fitting into place. So I'm saying that everything should be done by at least, if not tomorrow, for sure. Everything should be totally set up.
All right. Well, I'm grateful for that. And as you said, persons can't expect ants to be biting them, because everything is being done by the forestry division. We'll get back to you as the program goes along, but we have a few new initiatives that we have to which will roll out. And Vanilla is here. We also have the Solid Waste Management Corporation representative, which we spoke about. And Vanilla, I want to talk about honey in the tongue. There's this initiative. You are part of the Beekeepers Cooperative, I believe it is.
Yes.
So before we get into honey in the tongue, just tell us a little bit, in terms of the cooperative, how things are going and all of that before we get into
honey in the tongue.
Yeah.
Yes. So our cooperative, National Beekeepers Cooperative Society Limited, we're very diverse. We are a group of like-minded beekeepers who are very, very concerned about the environment, very concerned about the bees, very concerned about honey. Our cooperative membership is at 81 as it stands right now and growing. It's very important to note that within the last year we almost doubled our membership through various activities, through our trainings, through our social media, through our engagement, through our advocacy. We've been very active with regards to this. And we do have trainings that are ongoing, and we do have trainings that are starting very soon, where we have our new entrance course for new beekeepers or new persons interested in beekeeping, and we do have our mentorship program that carries on for a 1 year period for beekeepers who have been in existence for at least 2 years. So we do quite a bit, and our cooperative is very active. We're always happy and elated and excited to talk about bees and to get people interested in bees. We always want people to come along with us, come and experience the buzz. So our cooperative is very, very active, and we're always looking for persons to join and become part of that cooperative.
Well, at part of the ad that we heard, you said, it says come and experience the buzz.
Mm-hmm.
So those people who will be coming to Tea Village to Beat Dominic 2025, what is Honey in the Tongue and what buzz can they expect?
So Honey in the Town is our signature event. This is the first year that we're putting it on, and we were more than happy to be able to collaborate with the Ministry of Agriculture and, by extension, the government of Dominica to allow us that space to host our event there. So Honey in the Town will showcase our beekeepers. It will showcase bees, the importance of bees, the value-added products that we have, that are made locally here by our beekeepers and our local entrepreneurs. So most people think that the hive only produces honey, and that's not true. So the hive also produces wax and propolis. So that is the kind of information that we'll have there for you. We also have our local value-added producers who utilize items from the hive to make products like deodorants and soaps and balms. We have all of this in store for you at T Village, to Huntington at T Village. As we know, every year the Ministry of Agriculture constructs a replica of whatever is the product that we are highlighting. And in this case, this year, we are highlighting honey and bees. So we are collaborating with the Ministry of Agriculture to construct the hive. So we want to make it an experience. So when you enter into the hive, which will be at Honey in the Town at T Village Creole, you will get the full experience of what a bee does in terms of the first point is the pollination of flowers. So we'll walk you through the steps. We'll give you an experience from the pollination of flowers. And these plants, I must mention that they have been provided through the Forestry Division, who came on board very, very early to provide us with some of those plants that are flowered, that are pollinated by bees. So we have that on display. And then we move on along the process all the way down to the honeys and the value-added products, where we will also have sampling of some of these products. So you can come and sample the honey, the infused honey, the creamed honeys, and we do plan to also have some little delicacies for you as well, or sweets I should say, some desserts for you, like honey cake. So we will definitely have that on display. And the honey cake that we're going to have is from one of our beekeepers who actually just won the award for the honey cake during the OHCS International honey show, which just took place in St. Kitts. We will also have honeys from our winners, and Dominica has been consistently winning at these events in terms of our products, our honeys and our value-added products. That speaks a lot about the beekeepers that are here on island. And this show happens consistently every year, and every year Dominica dominates, and we continue this year as well. So these products will also be available at T Village for sampling and as well for purchase during Honey in the Town. So when you come to Honey in Town, just think bees. Think of an experience with bees, everything along bees and honey and our products that we provide. And our beekeepers will also be there, and we are always excited to talk about bees, so we'll give you all the information that you need.
So you're saying that there will be plenty honeys at T Village Square 2025?
Yes, there'll be honey there.
All right.
And there will also be some little activities for kids. I mean, we don't want to leave them out because we know how important it is for children to learn. If we want to make a change in terms of our population, we start with the youth. So we have some little activities for children. We have some face painting for children, specifically at Honey in the Town, but it's all surrounding and revolving around bees.
You said think bees. Most persons, when they think bees, they think of a swarm of bees flying across an event. We're hoping that there won't be any such activity, because I'm sure that you guys have the safety component
right
down pat.
So we definitely are going to have live bees, but in a very safe space. So you can come and see the bees, see the queen bee. We will have her here, but safe. So you'll be totally safe, totally safe. I want to keep stressing on safety. But we will have our bees here so you could see them up close and personal. An experience that you may not have had or may not be able to if you're not a beekeeper.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I'll let you hold up a little bit, and we'll talk about this next exciting initiative that we have with the Solid Waste Management Corporation. And we have, Shamara here with us. Shamara, last week we spoke briefly about it, but we need to go a little bit in depth in terms of what is happening at T Village Creole. Well, it's rolling out at T Village Creole and will be continued by the Solid Waste Management Corporation. So just give us some more info on that, to what we can expect.
At T Village when it comes to garbage disposal. In the past it may have just been place your waste in a bin, but now we are having designated bins for designated types of garbage. So we'll have an orange color bin that is designated for your recyclable materials, which will be like your plastic cups, your bottle containers, your glass bottles, aluminum cans, these sort of things. And then there will be another bin designated for other general waste, food waste. If you have plastic bags or paper bags or anything that is not designated for the bin that will be in orange coated. The bins right now are being branded so that they will be ready for Tea Village. There will also be flyers being given, funds. There will also be on the TV screens what you should do, how you can sort, so we not leave you to just figure it out on your own. There will be staff from Solid Waste, there will be volunteers from the State College. There are other groups that will be joining us that will support and assist in helping the public separate their waste effectively and show them what to do and how to do just in case they are not aware. And we're not just letting it be for the public or those disposing. We are also going to have a session with the vendors because they too are involved in assisting us in sorting at source. So we'll have a virtual training which is to be held tomorrow with all vendors that will be selling at the Tea Village Creole, so they can assist us, assist the patrons, to assist Dominica in the end in trying to keep Dominica clean and green.
What was it a strategic move to basically roll out such campaign at Tea Village Creole?
Well, we expect a large volume of people for this season. And you know, with more people comes more garbage. And you know, the ministry and Solid Waste, we want residents, patrons, everybody that partaking in festivities to think and assist in sorting and recycling. You know, we had and still having a tremendous success with the schools plastic collection. You know, most people know that we are engaging schools in plastic collection. There was a competition held, and that has been going on very well within the schools. So we felt that, you know, why not bring it out to the public in public events? And this event is the best way to get that out, seeing that we have an influx of people and a lot of people will be partaking, and there will be a lot of waste that will be generated during this event. So we are demonstrating it at Tea Village Creole this year. And our intention is not just to stop at Tea Village Creole. We want it to be a thing for all national activities. Not only national activities, whatever events that they're having, private events, public events, we want that to also be part of what should be done when it comes to waste management.
So basically there is a call for residents to get on board. I mean, we have seen so many complaints when there are delays in waste, and I'm sure this campaign, if it's rolled out effectively, can assist in terms of waste management and disposal.
Exactly. So it will help us to keep Dominica clean and green, because if we sort our waste, we manage our waste effectively, even if the garbage truck maybe doesn't come, the issues that people are having currently, it will be greatly reduced, because a lot of the waste that comes to the landfill is waste that can be recycled, and we are trying to have these things sorted, separated. We have a recycling program going on, so we need everybody to come on board with that.
Okay, thank you very much, Shamara. We'll get back to you a little more in that. But just to add, as she said, the Creole Music Festival, the plan is to continue that campaign. So persons really have no excuse in terms of disposal of waste, because all the areas will be clearly marked, and the bins are attractive enough that you won't have an issue in doing so. Lester Vernella spoke about some of the support that the Forestry Division has provided in terms of flowers. Are there any other areas in terms of support for Tea Village Creole 2025 that the Forestry Division has done?
Okay, well, in relation to that particular aspect, besides the flowers that we gave off to the Beekeeper Association, I mean, we also gave a lot of our input to the committee and to the stakeholders in relation to some of the do's and the don'ts that we would allow in the botanical gardens to upkeep the area and to make sure that it is an area that remains safe. It remains, you know, perfect for the Tea Village areas. So some of the different things that we also spoke about would be in relation to, like the lady from Solid Waste said, that we make sure that we keep the garbage, it's maintained and managed properly. We also spoke about trying to limit the amount of driving that is done on and off the lawn at the Botanical Gardens, because where is that we do understand that there is going to be a lot of traffic in that particular area. It is imperative that we also have some level of understanding that we are not to abuse the lawn, because it's something that we would like to keep for generations to come. And the constant driving on the lawn, it degrades the aesthetics of the park, and it also affects the grass, because it takes a lot longer to grow back. It also uses up a lot of resources to get it back to the immaculate way that normally is supposed to be. We also spoke to the vendors in relation to those who are cooking in the gardens, that there are particular do's and don'ts, in relation to the open flame, in relation to how to manage and to dispose of charcoal or any of those things. Because the thing is, if God forbid, we have a fire issue in the gardens, because remember, it is grass, and it can be pretty flammable, at times. So we also stressed up on those particular aspects in relation to the tea village area. But besides that, everything else that we have done, it's basically with support from the ministry. So we've gotten quite a bit of support to make sure that we have all of the necessary tools that we need to keep the area properly, to make sure that everything is maintained to a good standard. We also spoke to the staff to make sure that the staff is aware as to what is going on, and we also would want the general public to adhere to all of the rules and the regulations that we normally would have within a protected area.
Okay, just want to apologize for the small business unit not being part of the program. Today it was due to be on, but something came up. So Vanilla, I'm putting you on the spot. As you said, you came to give me stress, so I will just put you on the spot a little bit. From that aspect, we're part of the committee, and there is an anticipation this year that there are a lot more vendors than previous years. In terms of that, tell us a little bit more about that, in terms of the vendors, what training, just the whole buzz with the vendors themselves as we get ready for the event starting on Monday.
Okay, yes. But before I go into that, I also want to just take a moment to recognize the permanent secretary within the Ministry of Labor, who has been really working to make this event a success. Also the PS of Tourism, Mr. Lestrade, so PS Joseph and Mr. Lestrade, and the ministers as well, Honorable Dennis Charles Pemberton, and as well Honorable Darren Pinard. They have really been supporting and pushing this event. Also, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Housing, the ministers as well, in the Ministry of Housing and the Ministry of Health. These ministries have really been pushing to make this event a success, because it is a collaboration led by the Ministry of Labor and supported by the Ministry of Tourism. But there's a lot of people involved, and especially the Small Business Support Unit and the director, Ms. Portia Nicholas, really been on the ground pushing to make sure this event occurs and happens. With regards to the food vendors, wow, we have quite a bit of vendors, even agro-processors as well, where over 80 persons registered. You may be wondering, how are all of these people going to fit into that space? They will fit. We have a plan in place. We have a site map that will be released. But in terms of the vendors themselves, I'm so excited talking about this. We have something in store for you, especially when it relates to the food. I expect when you walk into Tea Village Creole, before you see it, you smell it. So that's before you see it, you smell it. The crab, I every time I come on, I have to talk about the crab, because I am waiting for that crab at Tea Village Creole on Monday. The crab and the wild meat and the callaloo and all the Creole foods. The vendors have something in store with regards to that. Our agro-processors, our soaps, our packaged products, our I mean, there is so many agro-processors. You will be amazed when you come to TV Lash because to you it will be a surprise, and every time it is a surprise for me with the amount of products that we have locally. Every time you walk into TV Lash, every booth you walk into, you would be amazed at the quality of the products, the packaging of the products, the type of products that will be there. So when you come to TV Lash Creole, expect to be amazed by our vendors, by our agro-processors, and of course by our beekeepers. Expect to be amazed.
I'm sure that that will come to fruition on by next week Thursday when it ends on Thursday night. But Vanilla, well, I would just want to join you in beginning. Well, I made mention of the TV Large Committee because there's so many persons that you have to big up and you don't want to miss. So again, to those listening, there are a lot of people doing various moving parts that are doing a lot of work. There's still a lot of work to be done, but it will get done. And just shout out to everybody, putting this together. And in terms of the kids, because we can't forget them. And there's a kids zone. And I think maybe you can speak a little bit about that in terms of safety and all of that. Parents can bring their children whilst they're still enjoying the foods that you talk about, as well as the entertainment that we put on this. I don't know if you can speak a little bit about the kids zone.
Most definitely. We've actually upgraded a bit this year. We're no longer calling it a kids zone because it's no longer a zone. It's now a kids world. So everybody, TV Lash, Tout Bite Dominic, something for everybody. We cannot and will not forget our children. So whilst we are enjoying ourselves, they have to enjoy themselves as well. So parents are able to bring their children to the kids' world while they enjoy the food and the drinks and the music. We will be in a safe space, a well-fenced and protected space for the children. We have so much prepared for them. They have the trains and the bouncing castles and the cotton candies and the sweet teas and everything that a child loves. I'm sorry, parents. I'm really sorry. I will apologize beforehand. I'm so sorry, but come prepared because children will love everything inside that kids' world and expect to spend at the kids' world.
Well, let's hope that with the apologies you're making to the parents, that some of the parents did themselves. We don't see them on the train or with the cut. So let's just hope that apology that you have to retract that.
Well, last year there were some parents on the train as well. So I expect to see that.
That's what I'm saying. So some parents may be accompanying them children because, as you said, it's for everybody. There's something for everybody.
Everybody. Tout Bite Dominic. Something for everybody. We also have our Kalnago experience. We cannot forget our indigenous people. So they will be right there as well at TV Lash with their displays of their foods and their attire. We can expect something from them as well. We cannot forget them and we never would. It is TV Lash, Tout Bite Dominic, everything Dominican.
Right. So I want to go back to Shamara in terms of support that they have received because that is a very, I wouldn't say difficult venture, but in terms of executing it and rolling it out for the first time, Shamara, I don't know if you have any sponsors or partners that you want to speak about making that initiative possible.
Yeah, we do have people supporting us. We have the UNDP that was one of our main partners. We also have the Ministry of Environment, our Minister Kozia Frederick, our PS Lisa Valmont, the board of directors of solid waste staff. We also have the Dominica State College and other various volunteers who will be assisting during the event. As was mentioned, the event is from 12 to 8, so we have to have people on site for the 4 days for the duration of that. So we have all these people that will be assisting us in that, and also the vendors, the patrons, anybody that will be supporting the event. They too are supporting us because we need them for the initiative to be successful.
All right, thank you very much for that. Vanilla, in terms of the site plan, is that something that will be broken down for the general public as to the entrance gates, the exit gates, where you're allowed to park, and all of the different things?
Yes, without a doubt. So it will be a comprehensive site map that you could utilize to traverse the entire TV Lash. Because as we know, it's large. There's quite a bit going on. We want to ensure that everyone knows where everything is and nothing is missed out. You have the opportunity to experience every aspect of TV Lash. And another thing that we have added this year that is new is a blast experience. So we are the Dominica National Lotteries will be at TV
But,
Village?
hold on, we have a caller from a private line. Usually when you have those private calls,
Yeah, you have to take
so let's
them
see if
all.
we can take that. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the.
Good morning, Liam. How are you doing this morning? And good morning to your guest on Vegas Radio this morning.
Morning, Minister.
I'm calling
Welcome.
from the Salibia constituency.
Go ahead, Minister.
Yes. So I'm happy that we have this program this morning, and that we could share the synergies that we have in terms of how TV Lives can help with the entire development of our country. The synergies between forestry, the small business development, the small business ministry, and all of the different key players, I think is going to be important this year, Liam. And we're celebrating culture and heritage, and like we heard just now, there will be carnival presents, there will be areas for the children. So I just really want to lend my support and say thanks for the good work so far in preparing the country. And remember, we are in the independent season, and I think what we're doing now within the constructs of TV Lives is a whole of government approach to that sort of development. I think that's a pillar initiative that I think will help to garner all the resources we have as a government to portray to the world what really reflects us as a unique and a very rich culturally conscious people. So Liam, I just wanted to lend my support to the guys here, and I'm song the echo to all the listeners to really come to the TV Village. And as a matter of fact, we may have to change that next year. It might have to be on Go Village. On Go Village. So that's not a TV Village. That's serious business. So it's a Go Village. But I just wanted to chime in and to really support all the officers who are putting their backs into making that a reality, and to the various departments, to the officers who are doing the work, and not to forget, Liam, that we do have the serious support during the season of the NEP, the brigade that does a lot of the beautification and cleanup, and also Service Management Corporation, and to keep the entire country clean. And it's something I really want us to take seriously, that we are preparing for the independence celebration, but in every day during the year we should also have that sort of mindset to ensure that we keep Dominica clean, green, pristine. Because in the first instance, we're doing all doing that for ourselves, to enjoy our heritage, our culture, our environment, but in so doing we also benefit from the tourists who are going to come and enjoy it as well. So once again, morning to you guys, and keep on the good work.
Thank you very much, Minister. Well, not only persons putting their backs, but even the crabs will be putting their backs as well to it. So Vanilla, continue as we were speaking about the site and the plans and so.
Yes. So the Dominica National Lotteries will be at TV Village Creole. This is a new experience that we are bringing on board this year. So we will have some machines. So if you want to sit, yes, we're definitely gonna have some machines there. Lester, your favorite. So we'll have some machines here. So if you want to come, when you come to TV Village, you want to have your crab, or you want to have we have our local bush rums as well. That definitely is going to be at TV Village. So I mean, if you want to have a drink and have a game, right there. Everything Dominica, Toots Beats Dominic, name it, it is inside TV Village Creole 2025.
That's very interesting.
It is.
It's very interesting that you have Blast on site. I mean, at the end of the day, but you have been hearing a lot of people winning a lot of money.
Can you imagine if someone won the Progressive in TV Village?
I think we will know, because if somebody wins that big money, I think they will, the excitement.
Yes.
Maybe they might end up on the stage.
They will. I'm pretty sure they will.
And that is something maybe Blast. But I think it's maybe just the variety, I guess it's creating in terms of, as you say, everything Dominican and everything for everybody. Right. So it gives a piece or taste of everything, Kalinago and all of that. In terms of the entrance fee, though, you have the details. You want to speak a little bit about that? I mean, Karim hopefully will join us in the next couple of minutes, but as time is going on, in terms of the fees to enter and so on, if you want to speak a little bit about that.
Yes. So in terms of the entrance fee, adults, $10 daily to enter into TV Village for an amazing experience. $10 for adults, and children, it's $5, and children in school uniform, are free, totally and completely free. Once you're in your school uniform, you enter free. So again, adults $10 daily, children $5, and children in school uniform totally free to enter into TV Village Creole to Bite Dominic.
And I think that's very important, in letting the public know the
It
fees
is.
before. I mean, it's a minimal fee, but we say minimal, but if we remember, it was $1 and people are still jumping the wall. So we're just encouraging people to, it's a contribution made for a lot of things. There's a lot that will be done from the money that is received. So come to TV Village, enjoy, as Vanilla said. You have honey, you have a lot of things that will be there, and I'm sure maybe with all the excitement, and I'm going back to Shamara now, in terms of the difficulty, in terms of separating and managing all that waste, you have honey, you have crabs, you have Shamara. In listening to all of this, how difficult or how challenging it is for the Solid Waste Management Corporation to, maybe bring everything together after the event is concluded.
Well, at Solid Waste right now, we have come up with a schedule so that we can collect the waste that will be produced at the event. Like I mentioned, we have bins for separating of your waste when you're done with it. So because of that, that's already helping us with managing the waste. So we have the trucks already assigned, the workers ready to roll. They know when they have to go at what time, so we have already come up with some sort of schedule that will assist and not take away from the event, nor leave the event in a way that when people come it might look messy or anything like that.
Okay, so Vanilla, you heard what you just said. The Solid Waste Management Corporation is prepared. So everything, Dominica, you can bring, just bring it. Solid Waste Management to be ready to keep the place pristine as it always done together with the Forestry Division. But I'm not too sure, Mr. Roberts, in terms of the diversions or so on, what time are the gates going to be closed on Monday or Vanilla? I'm not too sure if we have that information so that persons can be aware that from this particular time that traffic is not allowed or all of that.
Well, I'm honestly not 100% sure because, as you know, the gates to the Botanical Gardens regularly don't normally close. But I'm guessing for the T Village area, there would definitely be some sort of security, if I'm not mistaken, because I believe walkthroughs were done with the police, and I'm guessing that they may or may not have some sort of private security firm there as well. Plus, the actual Botanical Gardens does have government employed security, so I believe on that particular aspect, everything should be taken care of. Well, normally, as you know, when the gardens is open, there's normally the detour at the top that normally brings you down towards the nursery area. But I'm guessing that's for the T Village. The police would be the ones handling the gate and the security, because seeing that there will be some sort of payment to enter. I mean, obviously, you would need someone there to monitor the traffic, but I think that will be done basically for the police. I'm not sure if you have anything else to add to that.
Okay, well, one time we put him straight in, we coming straight in the crease. He's for those who don't.
I don't think you're paying me enough.
those who don't know him, he was a good cricketer in school days. He's here. Welcome, Mr. Karim Gis, the events manager. He's like an octopus now. Karim.
Liam, good morning.
Good morning.
The rest of the team.
And straight into it, as we just put the others on the spot in terms of the traffic through the gardens for the event, and in terms of what closure of gates or that sort of thing. If you can speak a little bit about that.
Yeah. So Liam, obviously, with the partnership with the police, the Dominica Police Force, we are making provisions for local access, which is obviously for the facilitation of picking up and dropping off school kids, Convent Prep and Convent High School. We're also making provisions for persons who have access passes to conduct the operations for the vending, for food, craft, drinks, etc. So those of you who are concerned about access to the gardens for parking specifically, will only be providing these passes for persons who have a legitimate reason to be within the Botanic Garden space. And that is for obvious reasons, Liam. We do not want random traffic to be within the garden space for these 4 days. There'll be a lot of moving pedestrians, and as such, we want to make sure that we manage the risk where that is concerned. With regards to access to the Botanic Gardens for ticketing, we are introducing 2 more ticketing gates this year. The first and the original will be the access to the Valley Road. The tickets can be purchased at the Dominica Public Service Union office across the street from Valley Road, directly across the street from the Valley Road entrance. We are also now including an access, what I consider to be the UE Emsall Gardens Gate entrance.
Okay.
So persons can actually purchase tickets at that point and enter. We did not have that last year. And all of that is to facilitate the easing and free moving of pedestrian traffic for facilitating towards the end of the Botanic Gardens. And also we're introducing ticketing operations at the Bath Road entry. So there are 3 areas this year for you to actually enter the gardens from, where you can purchase tickets. It would be the Valley Road, which is the main entrance, the UE Emsall entrance, and the Bath Road entrance. And Liam, I'm not too sure, I'm sure you have spoken about pricing, but just to say that the price of the entry for TV Large Creole this year, $10 for adults, $5 for kids, and obviously if there are kids in school uniform, they'll be entering the event free. Again, we continue to encourage the schools to make a outing to TV Village during the hours, of course, of 12 noon, I guess in that case with schools, and 4 o'clock, because they are afternoon sessions, and they will be accommodated free of charge for entry. There'll be a lot more police presence.
Good.
This year, we are very grateful for the partnership with the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force. Well over 40 men and women in uniform will be traversing the Botanic Gardens in different capacities at our entrance points, at our exit points. There are designated area for car passes for persons who are granted that privilege, and there are designated areas for parking for vendors.
Okay.
Of course, what we want to encourage is that if you're needing to drop off fresh food during the course of the event, we have specific times that will provide that allowance. Because what we don't want, Liam, is for random vehicular traffic to be traversing the area.
Yeah, let me ask you, though, Karim, in terms of the TV Large experience, obviously you've been getting feedback and you know what you anticipate. What can you say to the listeners in terms of previous years and what has happened before and what you expect to be different this year?
So I will call out last year we had an area for kids called the Kids Zone. This year we are calling it the Kiddies World. That just simply indicates that there'll be a lot more activities for kids. We have zoned out the area and we'll be fencing off the area just to allow the kids to play in a safe space, and that parents can be comfortable that their kids are in a space where they cannot be endangered, if you may, by pedestrian traffic and people, adults just moving around doing their thing. There'll be volunteers from a variety of agencies that'll be supporting the Ministry of Housing, who's responsible for putting on the experience of the Kiddies World. So encouraging parents to, yes, come to TV Large Creole from 12 noon, make it a family trip. And yes, your kids will be playing in a safe space. Well over 18 vendors specific to kids' experience will be available there and providing service and products to that zone. I think another area with regards to the agriculture's component, which I'm sure Vanilla had spoken about, over the last 2 years, you would have seen last year specifically a display on the cassava house, where everything was about the cassava crop and how it was manufactured into food. The year before was coconuts, and in this year we're focusing on the bees and the celebration of honey in the bee.
The buzz,
an experience, an experience where you'll be being able to understand fully the ecosystem partnership with humans and bees and what they do to help our environment. And of course, I'm sure quite a bit of fun activities for the kids who have not been exposed to bees. They'll have the opportunity to see those bees in a live, safe environment, protected area. The other piece I think I want to speak about is just what we do to ensure that persons who are coming to relax, persons who want to eat, have lunch or afternoon snack or an early dinner in the park, we are erecting again our dining experience where we are putting down picnic benches. This year we are adding a component of the cocktail experience where we will have about 12 cocktail tables or even more, but 12 specifically I know, with seating options. So persons could actually come with their friends, hang around a cocktail table, have a drink, have a chat, have a meal. So instead of everyone walking around and trying to eat whilst they're partying, there'll be the picnic experience at TV Village.
You basically saying that we have almost 2 Creole festivals. One in the early part of the evening, and then on the weekend in the latter part. So that brings me to the question of entertainment. And those persons would have seen some of the flyers on the social media handles. If you want to speak about the daily lineups for persons listening, I'm not too sure if you want to divulge everybody.
What I would say is, I think I have a general idea. If you allow me to just go to my phone. What I would say is that this year we do not want to focus heavily on a particular day. We have actually combined the lineup to allow for a celebration every day. So all big bands will have an opportunity to, kind of entertain the public on a daily basis. So if you come on Monday, you'll get a big groove. If you come on Tuesday, you'll get a big groove. On Wednesday, big groove. On Thursday, big groove. This year, we are not only celebrating the good work of our Booyah artists who have been doing extremely well across the globe, but we are celebrating the work of the Kada Slipso Giants, Midnight Groovers, our Princess of Song, Michael Henderson, and Ecstasy Band, who's been doing exceptionally well within the Compass space. Yeah. In fact, I was just on the Discover Dominica Authorities press con, and they made the pronouncement that the former guitar player of Karame will be live with them at the World Creole Music Festival. So it just shows that you have the opportunities to see where the entertainment has grown within the Dominican space. And I think coming up from the Creole in the Park, and branching off, Creole in the Park through
Karim, hold on, we have a caller. Let's see if we can get that call. Hello, caller, welcome to the program. You have a minute just to make your point because we're out of time.
Hello,
caller, quickly, we're talking TV Village Creole.
Yes, we are talking about our heritage.
Caller, your radio is a little bit too loud. We're getting some feedback.
Okay, let me go further. As we are talking about our heritage, especially our wildlife, we are not enjoying our wildlife because we talk about so much of what we have and we cannot even enjoy it. Seeing that they have a command, you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead, we're hearing you.
They have a command over the wildlife, license and so on. Are you saying that if someone crush agouti on the ground and someone pick it up and go with it, and the forestry person met him to arrest him, does that really make sense? Should he have a license for picking up a dead animal he met on the ground?
Okay, all right, caller, we'll respond to that. So thank you for your point. And Karim, I'll just allow you to finish. I'm not too sure if we have
so I'm just going to actually, Lee, I'm not particularly day on day, but I kind of want to just speak to the large acts that we have on display. Preach and Pudders will be celebrated on Monday. As I said, Midnight Groovers. Issa Banton will come live on Tuesday. We will also have DJ Taffy and Friends on Tuesday. And also the party band Swinging Stars. On Wednesday, we'll be celebrating, of course, TK International, Michael Henderson, and DJ MJ. And on Thursday, we will have Trilogy, Fefi, and Rio. And I believe Signal Band, of course, will be closing down the night number 4, if we call it that, night number 4, or day number 4 of TV Village Creole. There are quite a number of other artists, Liam, on the lineup. A combination of culture, a combination of song, a combination of music and talent. So we encourage everyone to come from 12. The event is running from 12 o'clock. It ends at 8 p.m. And there is something with regards to entertainment for every single person. There is something with regards to food for everyone. And, of course, I always say walk with a bag that you can buy some items from our small businesses. Because TV Village is really on the pivot of celebrating the small agro-processors in Dominica and giving an opportunity to put their craft on display. So, Liam, the entertainment is there. So you really come for that vibe and you leave with the music, if you may. The last drum you will hear every night is really a celebration of our music culture from Kada Slipso now to Booyah, which is leading the chant. And Liam, it's only $10 for a value of, say, $500. All these artists that I've called are performing live on the World Creole Music Festival as a celebration of 25 and 25.
That's it.
So again, what we are doing through the government of Dominica is really investing in the creative arts and giving back to the communities as a pre-celebration for our big weekend in Dominica.
Well done. Respectfully, Lester, I mean, I'm not too sure if anybody is going to be walking with a wild animal that is crushed at the gardens. I don't think that has ever happened. But in the event that maybe one of the wild animals are crossing and it is crushed, the caller was asking if you need a license. I can certainly say no, because obviously you would understand.
Well, yeah, well, of course, you would not need a license for that, because the hunting license is to actually allow you to hunt in the nature. I mean, if you see something crushed on the road and you picked it up, I mean, no forestry official is going to actually charge you for that. So, caller, you would not be charged in relation to that. You would only be charged if you break the law and you actually go out in the night or in the day and you go to a particular area and you are actively hunting the animals without the permit that you could get at the forestry division. Right now, because the season is open, just make sure that you have your license if you plan to hunt. But no, you will not be charged if you meet a dead agouti or manico on the road and you pick it up.
All right, thank you very much for that. Karim, I mean, we're wrapping up shortly, but I want to ask that question because you made mention of security in terms of on the ground and the police and so on. One of the challenges that persons would have been mentioning over the years, and I just want you to speak about it, is in terms of the lighting of the venue. And I mean, I know a lot of work has been done in that area. So if you can just speak about that for the benefit of the persons who are listening.
Again, I want to call out our electricity provider sponsor, Domlec, who has come on board this year to support us to ensuring that the gardens is well lit for the activities next week. We are very, very interested in making sure that our patrons can traverse the gardens throughout the evening in a safe and secure space. And one of the things that we had agreed with the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force is that will increase the lighting across, not just in the space where the majority of the activity is taking place, which is towards the northern side of the Botanic Gardens, but for persons who are leaving the gardens from later in the evening, either through the UEMs gate or through the Barford gate, that they can do so, safely and feel comfortable that there is enough light. So definitely there will be an increased lighting at the Botanic Gardens, which is to enhance the security aspects. And Liam, again, it's every year there's a bit of improvement with TV Village, and
Right.
it's really growing exponentially. I think vendors look forward to it because they have a concentrated point where well over 9,000, 10,000 people will be walking through the Botanic Gardens and taking a moment to appreciate what is available for sale. And I think vendors really put in effort, and I want to commend them for the work that they're doing. I think when you'll get a chance to walk, to go through all of the booths that are there, and you'll be quite amazed of the creative talent that you're seeing on display. So yes, we'll get to the entertainment. We'll all pause for the cause every afternoon to have a wonderful time. But whilst the cultural groups are on the stage, or whilst the music is being played of our culture, take some time and walk through the booth, spend some time, speak to the talented business owners. Find out their processes, find out how they became where they are today, and just take a moment, appreciate our local bushrams. Which is unique to Dominica. And, every time friends come, I say we must stop for a bushram. And there's a variety of these options. So if you wanted to explore that component of our food and drink, you can. And I started smiling when the caller spoke about the agouti, and I like wildlife, and I would be surprised if I needed a license if I rode up an agouti. But I respect the caller's view, but definitely. There will be, quite a large quantity of wildlife meats available at TV Village. It's always a staple at the event. The forestry and wildlife is right to my left, which means they have already thought about how they're going to ensure that, the persons who actually are selling the wildlife meat, how they got it, and if it was actually captured within the remit of our license. So great work on forestry. Obviously, we want to manage the wildlife, so I'm happy that we get this moment during the TV Village for us to celebrate our managed wildlife and the growth, and therefore we can have it as an editable cuisine. So just wonderful opportunities for TV Village. kids, parents, the elderly will have an opportunity to come in, have a sit. Bring your lunches if you want. Bring your blankets. If you don't want to sit on the grass, the naked grass, as they say, bring your blankets on the grass. Bring your picnic chairs if you feel that there might not be sufficient seating under our picnic experience, the cocktail experience, and just come from 12 o'clock and have a great time, Liam. It's as I said, I keep saying it, but it is a celebration of our culture, our artisans, and just the creative arts. And I think if you wanted somewhere where you could come and spend a day whilst you're visiting Dominica, if you are a visitor, if you're somebody returning home whilst you are spending some time in the mornings to checking out our natural sites, you have the opportunity now to sit back and relax and have a very good time in the afternoon. So we are well on our way to be at 100%, ready for the event.
Yeah.
The event kicks off at 11 a.m. on Monday, the official walkthrough. And Liam, whatever time we leave the gardens on Sunday night or Monday morning, we will go live at 11 a.m.
Right. So, we basically out of time. Thanks DBS in advance for giving us that pleasure of using the extension. So as we wrap up, I'll start ladies first. So, Vanilla, Shamara, just your final words as we wrap up the program, and as we look forward to TV Village Creole 2025.
Well, I would just like to remind the public, that you all have a part to play. And at TV Village Creole, the new initiative that Solid Waste and the Ministry of Environment is rolling out as to sorting your waste, we want you to do your best you can to just assist us. That helps us keep the country clean. And there will be people on the ground to assist if you have any confusion. So we just ask for your cooperation, not just the vendors, but even those who are buying, those who are just coming to see, want to have any waste. Just remember, waste management is everybody's responsibility.
Okay, and again, always happy to be here, and thank you for having me on, Liam. Just to encourage persons to come out to TV Village. TV Village is in its 4th year, and every year we have been growing consistently with our product and with what we have to offer. Come out and support the agro-processors, our food vendors, the artists, because we have our big bands, we have our small bands, we have our cultural bands, we have our school bands. There's quite a bit going on. And of course, I must mention our beekeepers. I cannot not mention our beekeepers. I must mention the buzz. So please come on and support Honey in the Town, which is our signature event of the National Beekeepers Cooperative Society Limited. Come and see what we have to offer as beekeepers.
Right. So Lester, and then we finish off with Karim.
Okay. So I just want to stress to the general public that you should definitely come over to the Botanical Gardens and support the initiative. Also, come to the prettiest site basically that we have in Dominica at the moment. I'm sure the public will be amazed as to how amazingly upkept the gardens will be. We want you all to come in, sit down, enjoy yourselves, enjoy the shades of the tree, enjoy the green spaces and everything. Just make sure that, like my friend said, from Solid Waste, that you manage your waste properly and just adhere to all the rules and the regulations, and everything will be fine.
Karim?
Yeah, Liam, I just want to take the opportunity to thank our sponsors, two platinum sponsors, the Dominica National Lottery, who will have a live DNL Blast gaming experience at TV Village. So for those of you who love the gaming experience and you do patronize the Dominica National Lottery, on site upon entry to your left, largest 20 by 20 tent you'll see will be the DNL gaming experience.
Advance notice of where it is located.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Upon entry at Valley Road, to your left, when you get past the Kalinong experience, you will have the opportunity to experience a gaming live at TV Village. So again, big up to the Dominica National Lottery. We also want to give major thanks to the Dominica National Bank, National Bank of Dominica, who will also have on display a corporate lounge sharing their products and services that they do offer to the wider public. I mentioned Domlec, who's our official electricity provider, Belfast Estate, Flow Limited, CR5, COPF Insurance, Aid Bank, the Wasco, our official water service provider, FSI Creative, Jays Limited, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, Vibes Radio, Bonus Car Rental, Central Cooperative Credit Union, Family Dental Practice, Unicoma Dominica, Courts as you know it, Harris Pint, DBS Radio, Kyrie FM, King Ocean, our official container supply partner, Sheppy Fontos, Cars Creative Inc., D&E Vision, Speedy Recoveries, Evolve Entertainment Inc., and FAB Consulting Inc. Again, many thanks to our sponsors. We continue to encourage partners to come on board. It's never too late. You can actually become a partner for Monday, for Tuesday, for Wednesday, and for Thursday. So again, remember, October 20th through to the 23rd, Monday 11 a.m. through to 8 p.m., Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday 12 noon to 8 p.m. Make TV Large, Creole to Bite Dominica, your home for the entire week of the Creole season.
Karim, Lester, Vanilla, Shamara, I want to thank you guys for joining me on the program this week as we spoke on TV Large Creole. And you just heard it from Karim, where our home will be in that period of time next week. So, and just encouraging everybody to be safe. Thanks for joining in. Next week, God spare, we'll be speaking a little bit about the national parks and the ecotourism sites. But right now, it's just focused on all things TV Large Creole 2025. TV Large Tooth Bite Dominic, sorry. I'm Liam Sebastian signing off, saying thank you very much to everybody for tuning in. Have a good weekend, and we'll all see you next week from Monday to Thursday at the Botanical Gardens.